in a couple of different ways. We're got run 7 on in the background while we just try and get things figured out. Give me 1 second. Come on. Download. And we will knock. Let's see what he says. All right. What's up, Hotep? How you doing, buddy? Let's go down here. Bring this up. Brian. There we go. Okay. Happy Canada Day, Mega Man. How you doing? Are you knocking, but you can't come in? I'm trying. How are you doing, buddy? I'm doing pretty well. It's been a long week, so I'm happy to be here. Is no Will yet? No Will anywhere? All right. Well, ready to go is maybe a bit much. All right, we're gonna mute him. And it's never Canada Day. Well, Mega Man just loves to use that. Add to the stream. Get in here.
There we go.
Good day, sir. How are you doing?
Good. What's going on, Dan?
Not too much. Just muting your stream. So you going through your games or the games you want to get. You've not played Subnautica? I thought we talked about this.
I'm pretty sure we did. There's a lot of games that I haven't played yet. Oh.
I mean, look, you do you, but that one feels like it would be so far up your alley that
and that's what everybody tells me too. And I didn't even realize I already had it installed and everything. So yeah, I'll probably do that after Still Wakes the Deep. I'm really liking Still Wakes the Deep. I didn't realize that Still Wakes the Deep won so many awards. And it's turning into a solid game. Oh, me and Will are both at a concert. Awesome.
Checks out.
I think Will's on stage and I'm out in the crowd, it looks like.
Yeah, you're watching my concert. It's the best.
Yeah. It's amazing how different the lights look based on perspective.
Yeah, I know.
All right, we're going to close that out.
That's because I'm so far away from the stage, Dan. I'm too cheap to get the good seats.
That's fair.
I noticed.
My buddy got me good tickets. I took my daughter to see The Offspring and Bad Religion a couple months ago, and my buddy got us good tickets and good tickets. And you're not on the floor because I'm way too old for that crap. My knees wouldn't handle it. But as far as seats go, it was wow, this is a very different experience than my cheap ass is used to. So that was actually pretty awesome. Let's see. Can we?
Honestly, if I were gonna go to a concert, because I think I've maybe been to 1 or 2 concerts in my entire life, and I couldn't even tell you who was playing. It wasn't anybody good. If I were going to go to a good concert of somebody that I actually care about, I would probably spend the money and get real good seats because it's not something I normally do. And so I would probably make a good event out of it.
That checks out. That makes sense. I for a long time, so I used to go to shows when I was younger. Big punk guy, so it was easy to go to Warped Tour or you'd go see a band for $20 kind of a thing. And kind of fell out of it for a long time. It just kind of I never really enjoyed live music as much as I enjoyed the CDs playing and stuff like that. And then Green Day and Rancid were playing nearby, and a buddy wanted to go, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, it's a little expensive, but sure." We paid, got good seats, and it was such a good show. Smashing Pumpkins was there too. Then it kind of like turned me around. I'm like, "Ooh, maybe I do like concerts." So I've been to a couple since, and like they're hit or miss, but like Offspring was really good, Green Day was really good. But then like I saw like a guy just treated me out to see Korn, and I was like, this didn't age well. But everybody's got their own tastes. What's up, Hillary? I thought you weren't able to make it tonight. Glad to see you here. I leave that comment alone, Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba's on a booby phase, like a little booby trip right now. So just watch out. Just watch out.
Fair enough.
Read chat before you read it out loud. That's all I'm saying.
That's always a good plan. That is always a good plan, just in case.
I never.
Especially with our chat.
Into it.
You're saying you're enjoying Still Wakes the Deep. How far into it are you, if you had to guesstimate? Like hours-wise?
I'm like 2 hours, 3 hours into it, maybe.
Okay.
The helicopter just crashed, and I'm trying to make my way down to go rescue somebody, I guess. And I don't really like trying to like hide from the monsters and creep around them, but like every other aspect of the game is great, especially the characters, the voice acting, the dialogue, the story itself is very cool, reminiscent of John Carpenter's The Thing, and I'm having a good time with it.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Sorry, I realized I have the poster made up for the background, like for behind us, but I don't have the actual poster looked up. So I'm looking for a logo for the Stars Born. This week has been kind of nutty as far as work goes, so I'm super behind on everything. I wanted to have like a trivia game and like do like 10 movie concerts or movie bands or something. I was like, that'd be super fun.
That'd be cool.
No time whatsoever to get that made. So maybe for next week, I'll be like, hey, this week, and just like fake it. We'll see.
Dan, you can always like shoot me over some stuff if you're like, hey, could you grab me like 10 picture still frames from something or whatever? I can kind of collect some of that
really
stuff
hard
if you
to
want.
test you off that.
Right. Well, I mean, if there's something I can do that wouldn't ruin the whole gig, then let me know. I'm happy to spend what little free time I have on my lunch break or something.
If there's, ever a time where you or will want to make a game for me, I would not say no.
I'm trying. I got some stuff, but you know me, it'll probably be next year before I get to it.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. I got you.
Start working on the Fast and Furious game.
There's
yeah, that'll last us half a year.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a lot of pressure on us, and I say us, I mean like province-wide like corrections right now. So there's a lot of eyes on everything we're doing. So they're just adding all these redundancies into things. So I'm like, okay. Like when I was leaving work, I had to do 3 separate checklists, and most of them had the same stuff on them. I'm just like, what is the point of this? Like, okay. So it's been interesting. But theoretically, they will all be good changes once they get ironed out. It's just that initial like knee-jerk reaction of like change everything. And it's like, well, some of these things worked, but okay. There, finally. Okay, that's actually a good one. I like that. Copy image. Will, how have you been?
Sick.
Great. Love to hear it. So, are you okay if
Yes.
Can we talk about your upcoming thing? The thing we've been talking about behind...
like my trip to Switzerland. Yeah.
Yes,
sure.
that. Okay. So you're going away for a couple of months or a couple of weeks, sorry, in the summer?
Yeah. 3 weeks, yeah.
Okay. So are we going to do the same thing we did before where you just pre-record something, or?
I mean, that's probably the easiest case scenario because I'll be, off this continent. I don't know how easy it'll be for me to get access to internet and things while I'm away.
Okay.
So I wouldn't want to be like, oh, shit, I didn't record something and now I can't get online for you, right?
Yeah, that's fair. The problem with this that we talked about a little bit behind the scenes, but I'd love to bring it up for everybody, is Will is going to miss out. We are coming up quickly on our 100th episode, and I was looking ahead, and it turns out we've got it scheduled, not entirely on purpose, that our 100th episode was going to be Terminator 2, which is one that I'm very excited to do here on the show. Finally get to the Terminator franchise, and having be the 100th episode, I'd be like, oh, we could do something totally fun for that. And Will's like, great, do it without me. I'll be gone. I'd be like, son of a bitch. So I don't know what we're gonna end up doing for that, but I'd love to do something for 100 episodes, whatever that may be. But we'll have to work on that behind the scenes and figure it out. But it's gonna be kind of disappointing if we get our 100th episode and you're not even around for that. So Brian was saying maybe we just fudge it and do like 102, like celebrate 98 or like 103 or whatever honestly, the math works out to be.
How are they going to know it's the 100th episode unless they go back and count, right? Is there like a counter on YouTube?
Not on YouTube, but there is on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So the podcast has every episode be numbered.
Hey, you know what? Our first 2 episodes kind of sucked. You could just delete them.
Honestly, I was uploading them to the podcast. I was listening to them. I'm like, is this really the first footing I want people to come and find? Like, I got to get episode 3 out real quick. But
got to start somewhere.
Absolutely. Okay, I've got the poster ready to go. I've got everything behind me. Will, are you good? Oh, I don't have that up. I don't think
good is a word you could use.
Good is a word I could use. Actually, while I'm here, what are the weeks you're away?
Let me look at my calendar. July, I believe. I think I leave on July 25th, and I'm back August 15th or something. Something close to that. So it'd be the 30th, the 6th, and the 13th that I missed for our rating.
Sorry, August 15th is what you said?
Yeah.
For those of you who are joining us and are maybe new to our rating, we do a little bit of pointless banter here in the beginning while we get things set up for the show. Open the curtains over here to my left, whatever. That lets Dan know when he's editing that he needs to start editing here and delete the rest of the stuff. And there's a lot of stuff as we see it warmed up, but eventually we're going to get to it. Don't worry.
There is something to be said about if it was me, I would find this kind of nonsense kind of entertaining, like the behind the scenes stuff. So I assume other people would as well. But if people are like, sure. I get it, so be it. I put that in the wrong date. I put that.
Did you ever do the news with Valley Flying? Did either of you guys ever do the news with Valley Flying?
It never worked out, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a real content creator.
You're closer to it than most of the ones who think they are.
Honestly, knowing that you're not is a huge step. What the fuck is going on?
It was always kind of weird because Valley was always so hyper focused on making that video. Because Valley doesn't play Marvel Strike Force. Valley plays YouTube. That's what he actually plays. He needs Marvel Strike Force so that he can play YouTube. Right. And so when you were waiting for him to get things set up, you were sitting there waiting patiently. There was no banter or talking or anything because he was getting things set up. And then he would hit play and transform into Valley Flying. And you would go live with the news. It was quite an experience.
Valley was always a weird guy. I've never met him, never really talked to him all that much. We talked a little bit behind the scenes, but very, very little. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't even remember me. But he's one of those guys where I found his Twitch kind of like when he's live, he's kind of like, okay. But then he goes on YouTube and he's like one of my favorite content creators. Like he just, like you mentioned, like he just comes alive and is like,
yep,
a larger than life thing. And I'm like, oh, this I can get behind. So I was like, oh, I was so excited for my first stream to watch him. And it is a totally different beast with him live. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not trying to rag on the guy. Always enjoyed his content.
You know, there's a lot of people who are they're different on Twitch, they're different on YouTube, they're different in real life.
For sure.
And I get that. When I go live or I'm recording a video or whatever, I'm always turning up the volume on myself, right? I'm trying to be me, unfiltered, and whoever I really believe myself to be. And I want to share that with everybody. And I know that I need to make sure that I'm loud and I'm talking and I'm chatting and I'm interacting and I'm going, you know?
Yeah.
But when the cameras are off I'm pretty much the same person, just a lot quieter, a lot more reserved is all. I'm still thinking the same things. It's just I put these headphones on and suddenly my thoughts just fall out of my mouth and I can't stop it.
I mean, you've mentioned that like you went to like that meetup in Texas with Valley and the other guys, and like you were sitting in the corner with a laptop. Like everybody else is like mingling, and you're just like, I'm here.
There were too many people in the room for me. I was freaking out. It was a lot. It was the same thing when we went to the summit. When I was in the room with the developers and everybody's like focused on the developers or focused on Marvel Strike Force or focused on the topic, it was fine. We were all looking at the same thing. It was okay. But like the after parties and stuff, when we would go out to the beach and everybody else is buying drinks and I don't drink anymore, everybody's laughing, having a good time at the bars and they're all interacting. You know, taco shooters there, the life of the party, lots of noise. And I'm just like, I got to go for a walk. I can't take all this. It's too much.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a brief window there where I was an envoy and I was like, oh, if they do a summit, that'd be really cool. Get to go down to California or wherever, maybe meet a bunch of these guys who I've been watching and hanging out with for a long time. And then you quit right before they would have announced it. And then they didn't do it that year. And I'm like, yeah, okay. It would have been a lot to ask, but damn, that would have been cool.
I think they did like a mini summit and they invited like a handful of people or something later is what I heard. And it wasn't like an official one. So they didn't really like announce it or do anything with it. But like a handful of them went up there for a little bit more direct interaction is what I heard. But I don't know.
Nice.
So,
all right. I am good to go if you guys are.
Yeah, I'm good. Skinny Matthew, what are they doing to MSF on May 4th?
So one of the things I know they're doing with MSF is they are getting rid of your ability to get new characters with power cores. So you have to spend money. There's no way in game to do it other than spending money. And a lot of people are just like, I'm done.
Free to play.
Yeah, exactly. And not even like, making it so it's way more expensive. Like literally just you can't do it. Is my understanding. I've only heard that from other people.
Oh my God. And I bet Ryan Jacobs is there with his comb over haircut. We're all about the free to play community.
Yes, we call them bootlickers, but we are all about them.
Yeah.
I think they mean you're free to play other games.
Yeah, which I did, and I'm happier for it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. If you're good, let's open the curtain.
Alrighty.
Switch that. I hate how it does that. I think it's just because Brian gets here first, so it puts him in second place. But whatever.
Sorry,
Can you? Okay, I don't know what you guys can see on Restream. Can you see the portrait section?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So that's new. And I swear
what
this was a
section?
paid.
Wait.
So
there's a portrait up here. Hold on.
I'm clicking it.
You can do whatever you want.
Oh, look at that.
I'm controlling the stream. You guys do whatever the hell you want.
Why is it putting us over there?
For the other people not able to see what I'm talking about, there is a landscape mode, which is like what you are guys watching now.
I can do one or both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this used to be a paid feature, and as of today or something, it's just there. So theoretically, like this could be a YouTube short or a TikTok instantly while we're doing the other one. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I didn't have enough time to mess with it, but maybe for next week, fingers crossed, things go well. But anyways, it's just one of those like, yeah, okay.
So
I love that being free.
One way, I don't know, maybe Restream probably allows you to record the portrait separately, but you could probably have both of them up in OBS or something. Well, I guess you're not using OBS, you're just going straight through Restream. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. But there was a way that you could put you basically double the 1920 part of the 1920 by 1080, and that you double that so that you have two, like a double wide screen, and then you only show your viewers one half of the screen, but you have the other half that you're still recording on, and you can put anything you want over there, and then later go back and take that footage out of OBS. But you're just using Restream, so it doesn't even matter.
Well,
what's up, Perfetti?
Excuse me. Even if the portrait section records, that makes my editing job way easier afterwards. If we're just like, oh, that was a cool section, it's already done.
Yeah, and I'm sure Restream has to have that feature built into it, especially if you're doing a paid version of it.
I'm doing the cheapest paid version of it.
Just so
there's not like Restream and stuff on the screen.
Yeah.
But like the next step up is like $50 a month or something. And I'm like, whew, that's hefty. And like it gets you, I think you were in 720 at the moment. It would give us like 1080p, which is like, yeah, that is a nice jump up. But
yeah, you're not doing your subathons while sleeping on stream yet, so probably pass on the $50 a month.
Right? Yeah, not happening anytime soon. Anyways, all right. Enough of this silly banter. Let's talk about a stupid movie.
Yeah, the curtain's
Not
open
a
for
stupid-
real.
Yeah.
All right, here we go again. A Star is Born, 2018. When an alcoholic country singer stumbles into a drag club, the only place open serving drinks, he happens upon an unknown talent. He takes her under his wing, and as one star begins to soar, another fades away.
Oh, that was kind of heartfelt, Will. I like that one.
I was like, how far is he going to go? Is this the whole plot? What's going on right now?
I know, right? Keep them on their toes, people.
Well, because sometimes you do go like for a while and you got a funny joke or something. Other times you're just like Terminator to 1982.
It's
It's like, oh shit, we're on. Okay, yeah, good to go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Our Rating, the show where I get together with two of my friends. We take a movie franchise, break it down by individual movie, give it an overall score, and throw it back up on the board. However, this week we are doing our Patreon pick, where our patrons get to decide what movie we get to do, so it doesn't have to be part of a franchise. And this week they chose A Star is Born, the 2018 Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper edition. I'm joined, as always, by Brian and Will. Will, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, getting over a little bit of a cold, but happy to be here as always.
Excellent. And Brian, how are you?
I'm good, Dan. Had a real good day today, and I'm excited about going over this movie.
Excellent, excellent. Now, as always, for the Patreon pick, not only do we discuss whatever movie they decide, but they actually have a watch party where we watch it with the audience as well, that we do the Sunday beforehand. We were watching this one together, and Brian, you said right off the bat, like within 5 minutes the movie started, you were like, I am so in right now. I might be getting your wording a little bit wrong on
yes,
that.
100% into this film right now, and that was like 10 minutes into the movie. I love the opening sequence of Bradley Cooper playing the guitar, doing the vocals, and we were talking behind the scenes, and we'll talk some more about how much work he put into this movie. That was very impressive. And then it rolls into Lady Gaga leaving work, walking down that quiet alleyway. You can hear her heels or her shoes kind of clacking on the sidewalk as she walks and kind of hums a tune. And they have that stylized A Star is Born that comes across the screen. And I was just like, that's just a good, classy opener. Like it just felt like it was professional. And I was like, I'm in. I want to see this movie. Now I'd already seen the movie, but I just love that opening. I just think it's good. You get a good feel for what this movie is in just a few seconds, and it's a completely stylized intro. And it was just good.
Nice. Will, did it hook you quite as quickly as it did Brian?
Yeah, I mean, it's well shot. The music is good. It's enticing. So yeah, I think it drew me in quite well. This was the first time I've seen the movie. So yeah, I was game in right from the jump. The only thing I really didn't like about this movie was that during our watch party, there wasn't a lot of jokes being cracked because it was just a good movie.
How dare they make us watch an actual good movie for once?
I know.
Well,
that's rough.
That's the problem with the Patreon pick. Half the time, they're solid films, you know, and I think this one is going to be a solid film. There's definitely some things that I'm going to pick apart in this movie.
Sure.
But when one of your lead actors spends 18 months doing guitar work and vocal work so that he can play the part more realistically and does such a good job in learning that he's actually able to do the vocals himself.
I mean,
that just shows it's impressive.
In fairness, his co-host did spend 30-something years learning to play guitar and piano and learn how to sing for this role. So I think credit where credit is due. Lady Gaga did put a bit more into learning how to sing and do her part.
Sure. But she came up on
that joke fell totally flat. You're both just like, okay. I'll just go fuck myself.
I'm just saying they both did really great. Like, you know, her acting rose to the level it needed to be. His singing rose to the level that they could both be on screen sharing the stage, literally.
No, obviously Bradley Cooper put in a ton of work to come up to her level, or at least close enough for the movie's sake, and I think he did a phenomenal job. I was not trying to take anything away from him. I was just making a silly joke.
I was gonna make a joke about us three guys, and we're gonna brag about how good the guy was and leave the girl out of it. But you guys ruined it because you brought up that Lady Gaga did a phenomenal job acting in this movie. She really did. This one, I remember the first time I saw this movie, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be a train wreck." I think it was like my first wife wanted me to watch this or something. I don't remember what, but I did not want to watch this movie the first time, and I was so impressed with Lady Gaga after this. I was instantly a fan, and I was not a fan of Lady Gaga before this. But once I realized this is a real person who is incredibly talented at not just music, but a wide variety of things, did a deep dive on her and her background and all the stuff. All I knew was that she wore a meat suit to an awards assembly or something. And that was it, right? That kind of like turned me off to her. Now I'm a huge Lady Gaga fan. I think she's incredible, a wonderful actress. I hope she does more movie work because this one was really good.
Did you see Joker 2, Foi de Loup, or whatever it was called?
No.
Okay. That's like the only other Lady Gaga movie I know of. I think she had a couple.
And it flopped.
House of
big
Gucci,
time.
which I don't know anything about, and Machete Kills, which I didn't see. So, yeah,
No,
this
I
is the only
didn't
movie
see
of hers
any
that
of
I'm familiar with, and I think she did a great job in this one. So hopefully she's as good in the other movies, but I'm not sure those other movies live up to what this one is. So
Right.
you can only be as good as the material.
And this one, I think, kind of, was right in her realm, more than maybe a lot of movies
Fair.
that she would do. So I think that helped kind of really seal that away for her.
So much in her realm. Dan, I think you kind of made a comment during the watch party that you said this movie kind of turned into, like how 8 Mile is kind of like a spin-off of Eminem's Real Life kind of thing, like a inspired by kind of thing. It felt like this was inspired by Lady Gaga kind of thing. It felt like it was a documentary about her almost. I think you made that comment.
Well, I don't know anything about Lady Gaga's background, so I have no idea how she came up. She could be a Nepo baby, or she could have been a Hard Knock Life. I have no idea. But the movie felt true, not necessarily to her, but just to life, right? Like it just felt like this could have been something that really did happen. And even to the point where like she starts off wanting to be one thing, and then once that fame comes in, she kind of changes her looks, what she's singing, how she's singing, like almost, I don't want to say everything about herself, but like most of what we know about her.
She does. She does
all the time.
She's challenged by that. She talks about in the beginning how she wants to be herself, and you see her giving into it to a degree. And I don't know if it was intentional that she was supposed to like completely change and that's what they were trying to showcase, or that she was just compromising a bit, which is what I felt it was more of. She was making some compromises, but trying to maintain what she was true to. And then, of course, there's the whole theme about her big nose. And I guess this was an issue in previous films where there were some stars. I think this is like the 4th remake of this movie or 3rd remake of this movie. There were some previous stars that had a big nose. And I think this is something she dealt with in her own personal career as a musician. So lots of things going on here with who she is, who she wants to be, and its relations to real world events.
Yeah, this is the 4th A Star Is Born, going back as far as I want to say like the 30s or something.
Yeah, 1937 was the first A Star Is Born, and it involved Hollywood actors. One older gentleman drunk, kind of falling off, and picks up a young female actress and makes her a star. 1954 was a redo, and it was more like a cabaret singing, like Broadway almost style. And then in 1976 was like rock singers, and that's the one with Barbara Streisand, I believe, which Brian mentioned. She also has like a different nose than maybe the societal beauty standard. So that's when that one. I think that one kind of got the least critical acclaim, though.
I love how delicate you're being, and Brian's just
I know,
like,
right?
she got a big nose.
Honkin'
She's got a real Roman nose. It's rolling all over her face, you know?
You're trying to be so calm. I love it. I have not seen any of the other ones both previous to this one. And this was, I mentioned this before on the podcast, but every episode somebody's first. My wife and I have historically tried to watch like all of the Oscar nominated movies. So in 2018, when this one was nominated, we did try to go through these ones. We made it like halfway through this one. And then not because we were not enjoying it, but just because life happens. We ended up having to turn it off halfway through, probably go to bed or whatever we were doing, and we just never got back to it. So I've never seen the ending until this watch party.
Right.
I don't know. I might villainize myself here a little bit. I'd always assumed we just got busy doing other things. Having seen the entire movie, though, I feel like the first half is electric, and the second half I kind of tuned out of.
Yeah, 100%. I was wondering.
Okay, good. I'm not alone. I'm so glad I'm not alone. I was like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen when I say this.
Will, what do you think of the closing argument of this film and how it wraps up?
Well, I mean, just as I'll speak on a whole here. I think the beginning and like them meeting and the love story and her kind of, into famedom is all exciting and that part of it. But I think because this movie is, the fourth or whatever remake, and there's been popular movies like Bohemian Rhapsody, whatever the Elton John one is, The Doors. There's all these like famous movie, I don't know, almost autobiographies where you see the fame and rise of all these stars, and then their fall from grace due to drugs or what have you. This movie just felt predictable. In the second half, you just kind of know what's going to happen, and I feel like because they spent so much time taking their time with the beginning and building an amazing relationship, they kind of just have to rush the ending. And so you just kind of like are going through the motions. That's what it feels like by the end.
I think I can't quite tell you when I checked out, like when I just stopped caring. I've been trying all week to try and put it together. Like where did my brain just kind of go like, eh. I think it was the SNL scene where you see her come out and she's not really herself anymore. She's now this like product, and he sees it and he's just like, well, I guess I'm going back to drinking. And he just like goes backstage and starts, and I'm just like, okay, so I know kind of where this is going now. Like we've seen her like skyrocket to fame, and like the first couple of scenes, like when she's starting The Shallows for the first time on stage, like Brian, I think you said, like just goosebumps. Like I am so invested in her character, and like she's such an incredible performer. And then you see her on stage just dancing with like a wig on or like different hair, and like the song is so forgettable. I'm like, I don't care what this is. Like, and that wasn't the point. That was the thing that drove me insane. Like after building her star up, it felt like maybe the point is going to be that he's going to redeem himself and like inspire her more, or inspire her to go back to being her true self instead of this pop star or something. Or she's going to like confront him and make him a better person or something. And neither of those things happen. He just becomes a worse and worse and worse person, and she becomes more and more and more fake. And then it just ends. And it's just like, I don't know what half of the plots in this movie were supposed to lead us to, but this was not where I thought we were going.
I think I kind of agree with you there, Dan. They got to a point where he even said it to her face. He was embarrassed by her, and he didn't like what she was doing, and he said it to her in not a very good way. You don't ever want to break bad news to a woman in any circumstances, and he did a terrible job of it. But he was being honest. Like he was telling her, you're fake. You're going down a fake road. And then he gets to drinking and he kills himself. And I didn't like how we see him with the belt. We heard the story about he tried it one time before. So he's going to hang himself in the garage. You see the dog outside. That was a good scene, I guess. But I wanted to see a scene where somebody, didn't have to be Gaga, but somebody walks in and maybe sees the legs dangling in the shot or something like that. So it really brings it home that he's dead. And then I wanted to see her do another performance after all this stuff, after she's dealt with, putting him to burying him or something. And you see her be real and do a stellar performance. And at the end, you do see that, but she's still kind of dressed up, and she's still kind of like it still kind of looks like maybe she's on the set of an SNL show. Not so much as the first one, but it didn't feel as authentic as some of the stuff in the beginning. And I wanted to see her, because of his death, rebound back to who she really was. And I didn't see that happen. And so he just kind of died, and she sang him a song, and that was it. And that really is bringing down the total score for this movie for me.
Agreed.
Because
Yeah, if there'd been an extra 10 minutes and we see her like fire her agent and go back to who she was and start doing like, for lack of a better term, songs that matter, like that'd be like, oh, okay, so in his death he inspired her at very least.
yes,
But I don't
something.
get the impression she's changing who she is in that last scene. She's putting on a show at his funeral, which was weird. Not his funeral, I know obviously it's a benefit show or whatever, but
Yeah,
I didn't get the impression she was better because of it in any way, shape, or form. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just, I don't know. I don't know what half the mess, like what this movie. Okay, we talked before about like a throwaway line, right? Like the one that I keep going back to is the lysine contingency in Jurassic Park. Was the point of that one line? Whatever. We can discuss that another time. What is the point of him going deaf? Does that pay off in any way, shape, or form? And we get multiple scenes of them talking about it. Other than he's just not willing to look after himself in any capacity. Is there any point to that? Is there any payoff to that I just missed?
I don't know. I forgot about that now that you mention it.
But it's multiple scenes. Like they bring it
Yeah.
up often. He's at the doctor's at one point. But like it's not like it's hurting himself, so he's drinking to numb the pain, or that was never construed.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that's happening for a reason.
I think it might, I don't know. I haven't thought about it that much either, but I think his loss of hearing, he knows he can't continue because eventually he just won't be able to hear the music, won't be able to do what he's been doing. And so it's forcing him out. Whether he still has something to say or not is irrelevant. And maybe that's why he feels she should be saying something with her music because, you know, not everybody gets that, even though he had, you know, good years of doing it. But maybe he feels like he can't do it anymore. So he's trying to pass that torch and pass that knowledge on to somebody worthy of that knowledge. But yeah, it didn't like come to a fine point at all in the messaging for his loss of hearing by any means.
I think that's a great take, Will. I just wish that the director would have made me feel that on my first watch through, you know?
You mean Bradley Cooper?
Yeah, fair.
I just didn't get what it was all for.
Yeah.
The star was born and she was great and I loved everything about the film, and then it just starts going downhill until it ends. And it was like, what was that for?
Even if he like has he breaks down to her, maybe in the rehab area, like I've been drinking because I'm depressed, like I'm losing it, like I can't hear the music anymore, the music that defined who I was, not only from I get to play for people, but also like I just love music. Most musicians do, I would assume, right? So like I can't hear music anymore. I can't make music as well as I used to. I know it, and it's killing me inside. Like anything,
right?
But I just get nothing. And like you can take those away, but you are putting you have to take those out yourself. It's not giving you that. And I get that there's like show don't tell, where sometimes that's a really good thing. But if you have to like extrapolate it that hard, that's a problem with storytelling.
That's fair. Bringing it back, Bradley Cooper's first time directing. Bradley Cooper helped write this script or rewrite it. It's a remake, and he also starred in the movie. And as Brian mentioned, he spent copious amounts of time learning to play guitar and sing. And not only that, Lady Gaga convinced him to perform live instead of pre-recording the audio for the song. So all of the performances are done live. They went to different concerts and things and filmed in front of live audiences. And I think it definitely benefited the movie because you can always tell. And it felt, you know, like live performances. So I thought Bradley Cooper is a giant a-hole who's got way too much talent, and I'm going to dock this movie hard because of it. I just hate the man.
Okay, jokes aside, he is a ridiculously talented and good-looking dude.
I didn't even have to mention that.
We were talking in this movie how like Lady Gaga, for me personally, I won't put anybody else's words in anybody else's mouth. Like this is the prettiest I think she's ever looked, and it's probably the most natural she's ever looked. But also, like this is one of the best.
No, she's smoking
Bradley
hot
Cooper's
in this
ever
film.
looked.
Let's be honest.
Okay, yeah, sure.
She's hot in this film. Just a straight up, yeah. She's a showstopper. Yeah, that's true. I don't like the red hair, and I think
Right?
that was the point.
No,
like
I know
her
that. I get it. I'm
as
just
a
saying,
natural
like,
person.
the more natural she looked, the prettier she was.
Yeah,
But also, like, Bradley Cooper looked really good in this movie. Like, they're a hot couple for sure.
Them abs don't lie.
And he's
Yeah.
talented. He's
And-
directing. He's acting. He's done voice acting. Like, there's nothing this man can't do.
his voice, his accent that he adopts for this film is so good. I look at him in this film and I don't see Bradley Cooper. I don't think The Hangover. I think this is whatever that character's name. I forget, but I forget
Rocket
everybody's
Raccoon.
name. Rocket Raccoon. That's it. Exactly. No, I'm in there like
Jackson, Maine.
Jackson, Maine. Thank you. He's Jackson, like 100%. And I think that's an amazing feat on his part to do all that stuff and play this character, and all the music, top scores for him on this, and Lady Gaga as well. Acting was just phenomenal. Here's somebody that we haven't talked about, and I want to know, how come this guy didn't get hit by a bus? Her manager, who literally sets Jackson on the path to suicide and gets him killed, and we never hear anything about her manager again. He doesn't even get fired.
Well, because nobody knows. Nobody knows that he did that, right? Only he would know that. I'm not going to dock the movie any points for it, but that is one of the things that drives me insane in a lot of movies is when somebody does something atrocious and completely gets away with it. I'm going to go one further. I bet he doesn't feel bad about what he does. I bet nobody blames him for what he does because Bradley takes drugs and then kills himself. So from everybody's perspective, including his own, drug addict's going to drug addict, and he just fell off the wagon, relapsed, and killed himself. Of course he's going to do that. He always was. I bet he doesn't, the character obviously, doesn't even put together the fact that he was healthy and you pushed him over the edge.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, that's the character, right? Like he is there to make money, and Jackson, Maine is not making money anymore. So it's all about Allie. And so if Allie wants him on tour, he's got to prevent that from happening.
We see him at the awards ceremony where he embarrasses himself, and we never really see anything about him after that, like as a performer, I mean. But everything we saw before that, he's selling like sold out stadiums. Like, I don't know where this is coming from. Like, he doesn't make money anymore. I mean, from the character's perspective, from Rez Gavron's perspective, like everything we see in this movie, Jack is very profitable.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah, sure. But compared to what, right? To you and me, him going to, we see him at his concerts, which people are obvious fans of, but maybe he's only booking 2 or 3 a year instead of the 20 or 40 a year.
Maybe he's not writing any new music.
That's fair.
He's not winning any awards. She's the one that went to the Emmys or Grammys or whatever that was.
I mean, at the beginning of the film, he's playing a concert, and then he meets her at a bar, and he's going to a concert the next day, right? Like that's like he's trying to like convince her to go with him. So like, you're right. The movie takes place over the course of, I don't know, 8 months or something. Who knows where he's at by the end of it? But we don't ever see him falling off.
Yeah.
They just talk about it. That's it.
Well, 2 months in rehab was about all we knew, and that was it. And then we have the manager saying, you know, he's an embarrassment. You can't do anything with him. He's toxic. He's going to ruin your career. That's all we really hear. So, I mean, we have to go by that. That's and obviously Jackson believes it as well, because once the manager puts that thought in his mind, he's like, yeah. And she tells him the lie that she canceled the thing because she wanted to, and he knows that's bullshit. He knows that he's holding her back. He feels guilty. He needs to get out of her way and let her flourish or whatever. I understand it all. I just wanted some more. I wanted her to find out that the manager pushed him over the edge and that she cancels him. She gets back to being herself, and we have a stellar performance like we saw in the beginning of the film as, you know, a tribute to him. That's kind of the ending I was looking for. Instead, the manager gets away with it. She has a mediocre kind of throwaway song and dance she does for him that didn't really impress me, and it still felt a little fake. It still felt like a Saturday Night Live kind of thing, and I wasn't happy with that.
I agree. I agree with pretty much everything you just said, actually.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I don't know if it hit me as hard. To me, it was just it's not about the manager.
No,
It's
agreed,
about
but-
it's the story of their relationship and
Yeah.
her stardom, and where they leave it is on a path of choice. Is she going to choose to sing songs that matter to her, or is she going to choose to be this pop icon because that's what sells tickets? And I was okay with that, because the story to me was their relationship and what went between them. All the other things, outlying things, didn't matter as much to me, and so I guess it just didn't rub me quite the wrong way as it did you two. I guess.
I would have been okay with the choice scenario, but I don't feel like that was really showcased. Again, that's a great idea, Will. I would have loved that. But like, could she just have been sitting down at the coffee table and been writing some lyrics to a new song and like be looking over at the wardrobe and see like the sequin dress crap stuff and just see her like close the door to the dresser and go back to writing her song? Like that would have been like, okay, enough of this poppy shit. Let's get back to what I was doing. Where she's faced with that choice, something that shows me what you were just talking about. I would have loved that. I just didn't see that at the end.
I don't remember what movie it is. It might be Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg. It's been a very long time.
Oh boy.
But essentially, like, he hits peak, right? Like, he is the massive rock star, but he realizes, like, I'm just singing other people's songs. I don't really care about what I'm doing. Passes the buck, and then the last scene we see is him playing an acoustic guitar in, like, not a dive bar, but like a coffee bar or something like that.
A smaller
like,
venue.
Right. But he's doing something he cares about.
Yeah.
That would have been a much more impactful ending to me.
Right.
For Lady Gaga to be like, no, this is what I care about. I still love music. I'm still going to do my thing and maybe get famous, but it's going to be on my terms. That would have hit me a lot harder than her like performing at some celebrity Gaga for her dead husband, who apparently we're being told the whole world hates but her. So like, okay. Like even her words at the end, like, "Oh, this is for my husband who I loved so much," and like, yeah, but aren't we being told that everybody thinks he's a piece of shit? Like,
I don't know if the majority of like fan base knows that, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I think again, it comes down to like a pacing issue or maybe the story issue. That the beginning was like so well developed and the end just was kind of rushed, and maybe that's why a lot of those things kind of fell flat for you guys, and that totally makes sense to me.
Yeah, I could have had another 10 or 15 minutes of footage that would have wrapped things up a little better for me. I think this was like a directorial kind of editing choice, and I didn't agree with it. It felt rushed. It felt like they just kind of closed things out, and I didn't get a feel for what the director, what Bradley Cooper wanted to show me as the finale of this film. I just didn't, I don't know. I don't know. And it wasn't like hey, it's up to you. How do you want to perceive it? It was more like I made this too vague and didn't give enough for you to understand the choices that she could or could not make, or what she was going to choose or whatever.
It is very possible he did show you exactly what he wanted to show us. It's just not necessarily what I wanted to see. I would have loved a stronger push in either direction. Either she sells her soul and is like, no, fame is what I'm after, or she gives it up and goes for where her heart really is. Either of those would have been better than just kind of androgynous, like, life keeps going.
Or even just show me that she is considering that choice. I would have been happy with her just considering that choice. It was brought to her attention because of his death that she could be who she wants to be, the woman that he wanted her to be, or she could be the fame and fortune that the manager and the money wants her to be. And she was faced with that choice. If I felt like that scene was delivered to me, I would have been a lot happier with that. Instead, I'm not sure what was delivered to me. With that ending song, it felt like a little bit of both, and it didn't feel great. So that's it.
If nothing else, I can tell you what the first song they sang was. I can tell you what the first song we see her sing at the drag bar is. I can tell you some of the songs they sang together throughout. I can't tell you any song past the halfway mark. I could not for the life of me tell you what song she sings at the very end.
As soon as she goes on SNL, I don't know. The music sucked from SNL.
And I think that was purposely done, but it made for a harder second half, right?
Yeah,
I agree that it was on purpose.
Yeah,
I'm not fighting that. And I think that's intelligent if it ended in a place that I cared about.
If they had a showstopper song at the end, it would have been worth it for me. I would have been like, oh, she's coming back to her roots. And what a great finish. What a blowout musical, you know?
They had me so hard at the beginning. and they just completely lost me somewhere. And like, if they brought me back in
Will
somewhere,
heard it too.
I almost spit my drink out, man. Just your phrasing was impeccable.
okay.
Don't worry, it'll get clipped.
Oh, sure. I was in from the very beginning.
Thank you.
Until somewhere halfway through, and then I just stopped caring about these characters, and nothing at the end made me care more. Like we had Miss Hillary in the watch party, and she was saying she was ugly crying at the end, and I am stone-faced stoic. Like, all right, I don't care about Bradley Cooper's character, but I was goosebumps, and look, I have PTSD. Music is a massive trigger for me. There are points at the beginning of this show where I was verge of tears, not because we cared about the characters, but because the songs were so powerful. And at the end, when we're supposed to care, could not have given a crap.
Yeah. But is that the cost of fame? Is that the cost of being a star? Is that the point that they're trying to get across that maybe they didn't fully get to the audience?
If it works for other people's, that's awesome. It just did not.
I think that is the question, Will. Is that the point they were trying to make, or did that just become the ending of the movie? And I don't know, and I think that's a problem. I think that the viewer should have a feel for what they were trying to explain at the end of the film, and I'm not sure. And that's what bothers me the most about this film. It's the biggest takeaway from it that I have. It's probably the only real flaw for it, because
honestly,
even though the second half music sucked, it was intentional, and I was okay with it because I knew what was happening there. So, yeah.
The music went downhill, but the performances were phenomenal all the way through. We've only really praised Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, but honestly, even the manager being a weasel, he was good. Sam Elliott, though, like I think you said it, Will, I could just listen to Sam Elliott all day. Like, he's phenomenal in this. We don't get a ton of him, unfortunately. I could have used more. But I liked him while he was there. I liked that he's the older brother who can kind of see the path he's going down.
He tries to there. It was great.
He tries to like put him on the right path, but like Bradley just doesn't, or Jack, sorry, just doesn't want to go on it. And it had one of I don't think it was supposed to be funny, and I'm sure I'm probably one of the few people who found it really funny. But when he's driving Bradley Cooper, he's still a drunk at this point. I don't think it's post rehab, or maybe it is. Maybe it's post rehab. Anyways, Sam Elliott is driving Bradley Cooper home, and they're having a little heart to heart. And Bradley Cooper says something like, "Oh, I never wanted to be dad. I always idolized you." And he's like full on tearing, and he runs away. And Sam Elliott's backing out of the car, and he's in full tears.
Red eyes.
And like, it's just these two grown men who, like, God forbid, have feelings and run away from each other because they can't show anybody that they've got feelings. I don't know why I found that so funny, but it was just like, you're allowed to cry, guys. It's fine. You'll be okay.
See, I was raised like that. My father and I have that kind of relationship, and now, of course, they're brothers. But so I understood that, and that was heart-wrenching for me. I didn't find it humorous at all. I was starting to tear up because, one, it's a stellar performance by both, and yes, that was post rehab. And he says, "I didn't idolize Dad. I idolized you," and he's choking up. And I thought that was one of the better scenes in the film. Really enjoyed it, and I could relate to their emotional experience in that moment.
I think it was well done. It just something, when you see something and it's good, but it still just strikes a nerve with you, where you're just like, you just find it kind of humorous. That's all. Like, I'm not taking anything away from the scene. It was well acted. It was well written. I liked the line. Just something about it, especially Sam Elliott specifically driving away. Just something about that just got me. Don't
backpedal, Dan. You're laughing at grown men crying. We understand, you evil son of a bitch.
No, the opposite.
He's laughing at
allowing grown men to cry.
Yeah, he's laughing at toxic masculinity. That's what he's laughing at.
Thank you, Will.
Yeah.
Thank you, Will.
Which is well played, Dan. Well played. Now, this might be a clippable moment. Say what you will. Sam Elliott, I will take mustache rides from him any day of the week. That guy, love him, love his mustache. Everything I've ever seen Sam Elliott in, I love and adore. But not only him, there was a couple other comedic actors in this movie that I was like, why are they in this movie? And why are they doing such a good job? And why were they cast? Like, what is going on here? That specifically, we're talking about Dave Chappelle and Allie's dad. What's his name again?
Andrew Dice Clay.
Andrew Dice Clay. specifically Andrew Dice Clay, was phenomenal in this movie.
Yeah.
What did you guys think?
I liked Andrew Dice Clay. It took me a while to recognize him. Like I didn't clock him right away. But I didn't see Dave Chappelle's character the first time I watched half the movie. So he was like way out of left field for me. I was like, whoa, okay. Dave Chappelle, say what you will about him as a comedian, is a pretty good actor in the few films we've got him in. And I really liked his performance in this one. It's kind of like the childhood friend, you know, like I don't get the impression that they're super close nowadays, but he's kind of a nice, safe home for him to come back to whenever he's around.
Yeah, he's always going to be there for his buddy, right?
And he did such a phenomenal job of explaining how you're going through life trying to find something, and pretty soon you reach a point where you're no longer trying to find something and you realize you found what you wanted. He does a much better job of explaining that little thing. I really liked that sequence from him. I thought he was great. Andrew Dice Clay was phenomenal as the role of the father. I didn't quite catch... So he pisses himself on stage, and her father is like carrying him back to the shower, and he says something, and I missed it. And later, Jack was very embarrassed by her dad. What her dad said, it embarrassed him and for his own actions. What was that little what did I miss there?
I think he was just calling him out on like how could he do this to his daughter, and because he was a recovering alcoholic himself. He knew exactly what Jack was going through.
So he was so Jack was just embarrassed because he respected her father. That was it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
And he doesn't sound like he had a great relationship with his own dad. So this is kind of his second chance at having a father and proving himself to him. And instead he literally falls down and pisses himself. Like he embarrasses not only Allie and himself, but also by extension, Mr. Ali, I don't know, whatever his name is. There's also something to be said about, like Lady Gaga says early on, she doesn't care about fame. She doesn't care about famous people, but he does. Like he always brags about the famous people he drives around with his limo service. So the fact that, I don't remember, was he in the room? Was he at the Grammys with them? I'm not sure. But embarrassing her in front of these famous celebrities might have hit him even more so because he likes that. I don't know. I think it's mostly the first one, but like, I wonder if the dad was that much more.
Yeah, I think there's 10 minutes more of footage that we could have squeezed out of that dynamic, that father-son dynamic and father-in-law dynamic there that would have been really interesting and I would have enjoyed too. So I think we're up to another 20 minutes that I would have liked added onto this film because there was good content and I feel like the end was rushed. I feel like we missed out on stuff. And I think they're good pieces that could have stayed in the movie. I'm wondering if there is a director's cut with a little bit more of some of these things.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
I've never heard of a director's cut of this film. And the further and further we get away from physical media, the less likely those things are.
Yeah.
With very few exceptions, like, you know, the Spider-Man movie got an extra 2 minutes or something on Disney Plus, but you know, mostly that was reserved for like the DVD copy or something. So I don't know. But I guess I'm ragging on this movie a little bit, but I enjoyed it so much that I would take an extra 20 minutes to iron out the things that I didn't love and make
that's what I'm saying
better.
too. Yeah.
So I think that is a good sign. Like, because there are a lot of movies where I'm like, I didn't like this that much. I don't want another minute of this. I'm just good to move on with my life. I would take another couple minutes of this to make it what I would love it to be. Because, I don't know, the first hour-ish, I was in love with this film. And I couldn't believe that I didn't finish it back in the day. I just didn't connect with the later half.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, do we want to rate this thing?
Probably.
Yeah, I guess we can do that.
Somewhere in an hour range. Yeah, okay.
Because I don't have much more to say. I think there isn't any of the film that I would take away or change other than possibly her last song. I might change that to a different dynamic. But if we added 10, 15, 20 more minutes to this film to give me a little bit more of what I want, a little bit better understanding of what I want, and not feel like the ending is so rushed, that's all I really want from this film. Everything that is here is really, really good. It's really good. I just want a little bit more toward the end is all.
I want to feel something at the end of it. And I'm not saying that as somebody who can't feel. Like, there's lots of movies that make me cry. I just lost interest in Bradley Cooper somewhere along the way, and a little bit Lady Gaga as well. And if his death had felt significantly more tragic, that would have done something for me. Like, I don't know, maybe like if his death had been an accident as he was bettering himself, I don't know,
a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know
yeah.
exactly how they could have fixed it, but
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel the first half is better than the second half, and that sucks. I want a movie that's great all the way through. And if this movie could have been great all the way through, I think it could be really close to or closer to a perfect score.
if you like what we do and you want to help support us, head on over to our Patreon. There's a link down below. Shout out to our producers, as well as our executive producer, Dino, and a huge shout out to our head writers, Elder Jam 990, Miss Hillary, and Real Bubba Hotep, who chose this movie for us and made all this possible. Thank you all very much.
Yay.
Yay.
You're all the best.
Bubba, I did invite if you wanted to come join us. You're saying you're not able to, which is a little unfortunate because it sounds like you got some serious thoughts on this movie, but
and definitely
another time.
Thinking about boobs, apparently.
Well, that is the negative to having him on, is he will just talk about boobs. What are you going to do? All right. Take us away, Brian.
All right. So I don't have much more to say about this film, so I'm just going to go into it. I gave this film an 82. I think it was really phenomenal film, an excellent watch for anybody. It falls short at the end. I wanted more. I wanted a better, clearer explanation of what the director wanted me to feel at the end, because I was unclear about where Lady Gaga's character stood at the end of this film. And I don't think that should happen. I think you should always leave the theater or the watch party knowing for sure that you're supposed to be confused about something, or knowing for sure this is what was supposed to happen. And for me, I wasn't sure where this landed at the end, and I wasn't sure if I was even supposed to be sure or not. Like, it just wasn't very clear. It was a little too vague, and I wanted a show-stopping song at the end. So 82 for me, still a phenomenal film. Recommended to anybody. The first half is the best half, but you'll end up watching it all the way through.
Very nice. Honestly, Brian and I are ridiculously in step on this one. I agree with pretty much everything he just said. I like it when a movie has a question at the end, and that leaves you with ambiguity and you're not sure where you're supposed to be. And this one just felt like, I hate to say it, it was just a little bit of poor writing at the very end, or at least for me, the writing just didn't quite connect. The first half of this movie, I can't stress enough, is electric. It is so incredibly well made. The acting all the way through is phenomenal. The music, I'm not even a country person, but the music was giving me chills. Them on stage together performing was so incredibly well done. I didn't know that they were performing it live. That does add to the performance, obviously. Bradley Cooper directing, learning how to play guitar, learning how to sing, talking with the Sam Elliott style accent, like all the props in the world to him. Lady Gaga, I don't know if this is her first time acting or one of her first times acting. Phenomenal job. Like, all the praises to them. I just didn't connect with these characters in the last half. So when we get to the tragic ending, I just didn't care about the character. It felt so obvious. It was such a foregone conclusion what was going to happen, that when it happened, you're just like, yeah, that's how this goes. I also gave this an 82. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of things these guys are saying. Yeah, big props to the acting and the directing. Bradley Cooper knocked it out of the park for a first-time director, like, and taking on this huge project. It says wonders about this guy as a talent, and I think it shows in the end product of this movie. What we didn't mention is Bradley Cooper actually struggled with alcoholism in his life, so I think that also helped bring some of the real energy to this movie and his character specifically. And I think maybe that's why there's more focus on that. I'm not sure. Again, I haven't seen the other A Star Is Born movies, but I feel like there was a lot of focus on that in this movie, which isn't bad by any means. But yeah, like the other guys, I just felt like this movie was predictable. And maybe because of the rise of these like autobiography type movies that have been coming out over the last 10, 15 years, they just become all kind of the same watch. And I felt this one felt that way as well. The first half is amazing. The second half is like, oh yeah, stardom sucks. So get ready if you ever want to be a star. But yeah, I can't like really ding this movie for a lot. I gave it an 87 out of 100, right in the ballpark with these other guys. Great watch.
Very nice. Bubba Hotep, if the dog laying at the door crying didn't break your heart, you're a monster. I mean, okay.
How did the dog get out? That's what I want to know.
The dog is locked in the house eating a steak.
I think he let the dog out, and
wait, who let the dogs out?
I mean, he intentionally pulled the car out of the garage to give it space. Fed the dog a big steak because he knew the dog might be on its own for a little while. I can only assume he left the dog outside or let the doggy door open or something like that.
We see him walk away from the house with the door shut and the dog eating the steak inside. That's the last we see of the dog prior to it being outside by the garage. Now, a lot of people have doggy doors. Like, it really didn't bother me that much, but it was just one of those funny, like, of course.
It was just such a picture perfect sadness shot that was just like, you know how Dan said the toxic masculinity made him chuckle? The dog outside being like, where's my owner? That made me laugh because it was like so picture perfect sadness right there. So yes, I'm a monster is what I'm trying to say.
I was too busy trying to peek through the window in the garage door to see if I could see his legs just dangling there.
Dark, man.
I really wanted to see him dead. You know, if you don't see the body, they're not dead in Hollywood. A Star is Born 2 is going to happen coming to a theater near you where Jackson Pollock or whatever his name is comes back. He faked his death, and Lady Gaga joins the K-pop Demon Hunters, and Jackson is going to be one of the Saja boys, and they're going to compete head-to-head.
Yeah.
On Disney next year.
It's not a Marvel comic book movie.
Got to see the body or they're not dead.
Wow. This went sideways. How are those numbers coming along there, Dan?
Numbers are coming good.
Okay.
I'm debating something.
Are you trying to? It's tying with other movies, and you're trying to see where you should put it, huh?
Kind of.
Oh yeah,
the way that you think.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in watching a couple of the other Stars and Born movies. Obviously, it's a proven story that works because they've made 4 of them now. And I heard the original Star is Born was based off another movie quite similar to it, to the point there was legal altercation of plagiarism involved. So yeah, this is like a known hit story. So I don't know. Well, maybe another 10 years we'll get another Star is Born.
Even though these stories are repetitious to say the least, I still enjoy these stories for some reason. Rockstar, Bohemian Rhapsody, all these, whether they're fiction or based or documentary, I enjoy them usually because I enjoy the music. Like Bohemian Rhapsody that's a phenomenal movie, by the way. Yeah. Freddie Mercury. I think Queen is probably one of my all-time favorite bands, and Freddie Mercury is one of my all-time favorite musicians. So I liked it, and I like watching those kinds of movies. And even though they're all the same formula, you know what's coming. I think it's the character and the music that you enjoy, and so I'm there for that ride. Thank you.
Yeah. If you can, Popstar, never stopping.
Never stop, never stopping.
Yeah. If you can get in with the characters and fall in love with them, then you can go for the ride, right? It's just unfortunate that the predictability is hard to overcome sometimes, and this one felt that, I think, a little bit.
Yeah. Lee Broom James. Yes, this is. We record this on YouTube and it becomes a podcast. You can catch that wherever you'd like to listen to your podcasts. We talk about movies and franchises, and we're going to bring up the rating here in just a minute, and you can see where A Star is Born rates compared to our other Patreon pick movies. We also do franchises as a whole and rate the franchises against each other, always trying to find something that's going to smash Jurassic Park just a little bit lower to ruin Dan's day.
You're never going to do it. It's... okay, fair enough.
I think Terminator's going to bring it down a notch.
No, there's way too many bad Terminator movies.
The problem
Says
with Jurassic
you,
Park
I'm
is
going to
the
give them
sequels.
all 100s.
No, you're not. That would destroy aliens
Robots
too.
from
You
the
could get
future,
inside.
baby. That's my bread and butter right there.
I don't believe you're going to give Terminator a better score than you give Alien. I don't think it's going to happen.
Might be right up there.
All right. Let's do this. Maybe. There we go. Took a second. All right.
Speaking of, that is our franchise
That's our
list right there.
regular franchise list. Let's do this one, though. And with that, we see A Star is Born coming in at second place as far as our non-franchise list go. This includes the Patreon picks and March Madness, where we get to choose our own ones. Coming in at an 84, tying it with The Sound of Music, another musical. Guys, I think it's safe to say we love musicals on this channel.
I think you're right.
Apparently
Sing
so.
it. Sing us out, Brian.
Please don't. Please
No.
don't. I will mute.
No. Sorry. No. So, Dan, I noticed that you put A Star is Born above The Sound of Music. Was that a
What's
choice?
up with that, Dan?
I figured just the average overall is higher. Like, they're all in the 80s, whereas Sound of Music had something in the 70s.
That
was
see.
the only
I
real
gave it
logic
a
I went with there.
78. And
but
you
I
know
guess
what?
technically, alphabetically, it's also above with A Star versus The Sound of Music.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We're reaching
okay.
stars here. I do have something else, though, I want to show you guys. And this is the first time this one's come up. As you can see here, we do also have our first ever top 10 nomination with Stars Born coming in at 10th place, tied for 84. No logic why it's below Knives Out or Good, Bad, and the Ugly. But regardless, what do you think about our R rating? Now, this is individually. This is not franchises. Our
okay.
top 10
This is
list.
A
So
top
this is
10
just
list
Kill
of
Bill 1.
movies?
This is not the Kill Bill franchise. This is not
Hey,
Jurassic
I
Park
like this.
franchise.
This is new. All right.
This is the
So
first time
Kill
we've done
Bill
this in
1.
almost 2 years.
Going down the list for the podcast, for those of you listening in the car ride, first place is Kill Bill Volume 1, followed by tied with City of God. Not alphabetical there, Dan.
And you also put the low
Jurassic-
score above the high score on that one, Dan.
I said it wasn't scientific.
I call
I'll
it
mute both of you.
blasphemy.
So we'll just say that Kill Bill and City of God are tied for 1 and 2. Jurassic Park, followed by Aliens. That's the second movie in the franchise. Mad Max: Fury Road. Then Prey. Then comes Alien. That's right, 2 from one of my favorite franchises make the list. Followed by Knives Out at 8th. Good, Bad, and the Ugly at 9th. And at 10th place, A Star is Born.
Wow.
I do like that we've got Jurassic Park, Aliens, and Mad Max, all like favorites of all of ours right there.
I don't like that Mad Max is the last place on that list, but it's fine.
I
fine.
apologize. It
You
was
do
also
not.
the first one it's also the first one that we rated, right? Like we were still kind of finding our footing a little bit at the very beginning
we
there.
were.
So
That's true.
doing Mad Max as the very first episode
Still hitting
may or may
fifth
not have
place.
hindered it a
Pretty
little
good,
bit.
though. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Honestly, like, this is a solid list. I think this is really good. I'm kind of surprised that Knives Out is on this list. But at the same time, that's an accurate score for the film. It was well put together, great plot, great dialogue. We loved that Knives Out movie. I guess it's just because it's a mystery whodunit, where most of this list is action sci-fi stuff, you know, with a Western, dinosaurs, you know, ninjas.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Dan.
Sure.
Are you content, because Jurassic Park's on the list, that majority of this list is your low score?
I don't know if content is quite the right word. I don't mind it. Like, none of the movies on this list are bad by any stretch of the imagination. There are the things that I like
I gave
better
mostly green scores.
there are things I like better than some of them based off of what my average viewing habits are.
Right.
Like, I'm not a person who's going to go out of my way for a Western movie, but as far as Westerns go, Good and Bad and the Ugly is phenomenal.
Right.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
It's odd that there's 3 Alien movies on this list.
Well, okay, Prey is Predator,
Alien,
but I get what you're
Aliens, and
saying.
Prey.
Oh, yeah,
so Predator.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Same world really nowadays, but and literally Prey is in the same world, right?
I guess kind of they are merging those a
Yeah,
little bit.
they're
It depends on
merging,
how you
but-
want to look at it.
Okay, so Aliens are canon in the Predator universe, but Predator is
Not the
not
other way.
canon in the Alien universe.
Right.
I
So
said
the-
that in a short at one point, and somebody's like, "You don't get to decide that." I'm like, "No, but Fox did. They said it a
Yeah.
couple of times, so calm down."
Yeah.
Yeah, which might not be true anymore either with Alien Earth and all the other things that are happening.
I don't know of anything. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that puts Predator directly in the Alien list, but
Right.
I'm not sure. Anyways, we're getting off topic. Let's wrap this up, and we can just kind of go for a bit.
Nice
of
list, Dan. Nice surprise list. there.
Favorite franchise is Twilight.
I was hoping the first one would be like higher than an 84, so it would officially knock something else. Because we got like 5 84s at this point, but I was like, screw it. I want to start the list off.
All right, note to self: no more giving an 84.
Well, it's an average. Good luck. All right, that's our rating of A Star Is Born. But what's yours? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. We record this live over at twitch.tv/The Mongoolie Show every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to hang out with us, you can head over there and hit the follow button. Or if you made it this far in the video, you probably enjoyed it. Make sure you hit like and subscribe so that we see you in the next one. All right.
We'll see you in the next one.
If you need a franchise that will lower Jurassic Park, I know Toy Story will definitely do that. I haven't seen anything other than Toy Story 1 more than once. I don't know.
I haven't seen the latest Toy Story movie. I heard they're working on a 5th one, which I hope
A
they're
5th
not.
one is coming out this
the
year.
5th one's coming out.
Oof. Okay. Well, I guess I got to watch 4. We should probably line up Toy Story to hit that one when it comes out, I guess.
I put it in the Discord and people didn't. I don't remember. People I think voted for it, but it didn't hit the top.
Yeah, it
3.
didn't hit the top. No.
We don't have any. Do we have any animated ones other than the animated Predator film, part of that franchise?
On our list entirely, we've got.
Yeah, like do we have any franchises that are animated or?
So
or even
Incredibles is
Incredible.
coming up.
Yeah.
So we'll be
Okay.
doing Incredibles this summer.
Okay.
Let me grab
That's
the list.
That's a
real quick.
great franchise.
Steez.
Wow, way to
Steez.
flow your hand. There's
There's a new.
I mean,
Shrek coming
Avatar
out
is
as well.
mostly animated.
Oh god.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
No,
Avatar.
that's I would have bet money we did have an animated on here, but we do not have a strictly animated franchise on here.
I've been
Oh.
trying since day one to get an animated film on the franchise, but
I mean,
No-
we
no
talked
takers.
about Toy Story, but it got pushed out by
Yeah.
other things. But yeah, Incredibles is on the list to be happening. Let's check the dates. Quick, Vamp. Is there a sequel to Fern Gully? Like a
it's
good one?
TV.
There's two sequels. There's Fern Gully 2 and 3.
I wouldn't say
You got
good.
Mortal
but-
Kombat coming up, Indiana Jones, and then Incredibles 1 and 2, then Terminator.
We're just
lots
doing
of
the
Terminator.
new
So
Mortal
like-
Kombat. We're not doing the OG.
We're like the 2 new ones.
Yeah,
But
1 and 2. Not the
I
OG
have-
one,
Purge for like half of September and October, but
Yeah.
honestly, I'd be okay getting rid of Purge and putting in like a 3 and a 2 instead of a 5.
but I would be
There's
100%
five
behind
Purge
that.
movies?
Yeah.
There's 5 Purges.
How is
Yeah,
there
which
so
I
many
wanted to
people
have
alive?
something-
I'm sorry. That's going to be a trash franchise. I've seen all 5 guys. That's going to come in at the bottom.
I
Wait,
love
wait,
the
wait.
idea of
Brian,
them, but
do
the
they
ones I've
show
seen
the
were not
bodies
great.
though, Brian? Do they show the bodies?
Yeah, they
So
show
it's
lots
good.
of
It's good.
very high body
It's not
counts.
good.
Yeah.
It just proves that they're dead.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
The problem is that instead of what made the first Purge so good, they never go there again, and it's all political bullshit for the next 4 films, and I hate it. And it's all about
The
that
first
stuff.
the first Purge is like super contained, isn't it? Like it's all in like their
It's
house.
just the one house, yeah, of the guy who.
That surprised
created
me.
it
I
or
was
something.
really expecting like, oh, this is a great concept. Let's go see the world. And then
Yeah.
it's just like hiding in your house. I'm like, this could have been
And
anything.
that's what
Like,
I
this could have been
wanted
any
with the
reason to do
sequel,
this.
and it doesn't go there. Well, I mean, it shows the world, but it becomes a political issue, and I really didn't
Which
like it.
should be. Like it
Yeah,
feels
but,
like if any movie's going to get political, it would be the one where, you know, the law dictates what you are and are not allowed to do.
But like the movie is pushing its own political agenda, is what I'm saying. It's not left up to the viewer
okay.
to choose between right or wrong, or is this good or bad or anything. They take all the question out of it. There's no debating the morality of the Purge anymore because it's a political scam in the films, and it just loses all its appeal for me. Everything that I wanted to know about this incredible idea is completely lost because they're shoving it down your throat in one direction, and I did not like that at all.
What an incredible idea. One day a year, just letting us kill anything we want.
I mean, that's what movies are for, right? That's what fictional movies are for, to explore ideas that you can't explore in reality. Now, the thing is that most of the time, these fictional stories are not as good as true historical films, in my opinion. Give me any World War II movie over any fictional film, and I'm probably going to pick the World War II movie because the crap that humans can devise in reality are so much more horrific than anything you can devise in an action horror or sci-fi movie in fiction, I think. And so, yeah. But that's cinema for you. You watch it for a story.
Yeah, fair. Entertainment of some kind.
Yep. I like to explore interesting ideas, and I thought The Purge had a very, very interesting idea, and they took all the merit of exploring that idea away in its sequels.
Wasn't there like a TV show as well for a minute? Of the
I don't know.
Purge?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there was.
Brian, you'll
I
be
think
happy to know I'm rearranging the top 10 alphabetically. So now Aliens is on top of Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah. Right where it should be.
Boo.
You know
Does
what?
that mean
I think
City of God is number one as well?
Yeah, City of God is now number 1. Aliens is number 3. And then Stars Born is 8 to Knives Out. And then The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Okay.
But I mean, it's just alphabetical. Like obviously the scores are still what they are.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a top 10 list, and they're great. All these movies are great. All these movies are fantastic on that list.
For the record, there are 6 84s. We've got A Star is Born, Knives Out, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, The Sound of Music, A Few Dollars More, and 28 Days Later.
Ooh,
Okay.
So we got 2
later.
Aliens and $2 movies in the top 10, kind of, depending on how you want to count 10.
Yeah. Interesting. There's some good movies for sure.
Sure.
There was 2 seasons of The Purge. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm happy if we don't go there.
I'd be a war criminal. I have thoughts. Ugh. Okay, so that was Patreon picks. So next week is Mortal Kombat, and then Mortal Kombat 2 right after that, which is coming out in theaters on the 8th. So we'll be doing Mortal Kombat on the 7th, and then the new one comes out the next day. And then what did I say after that? Indiana Jones after that? Raiders of the Lost Ark?
I got to go to the theater.
For a movie I'm sure you were looking forward to.
So
I mean,
we're gonna do.
I enjoyed the old school OG Mortal Kombat when I was a kid.
Funnily enough, I was just thinking, like, I could see you liking 95 more than 2001.
100%. So
Sunday the 3rd, we're gonna be watching Mortal Kombat 1 in the watch party. I will probably be hosting that, and then the 7th we review it, and then probably like the 8th or 9th, I'm gonna go to the movies and see the new one. Right?
You're on right away. Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, I've got a buddy who's a big Mortal Kombat fan, so I reached out to him. So I'm going to be watching the first one at his place, and then we're going to go to the theaters for the second one the next week. So I like to keep them. I guess that is what you said as well. Never mind. For some reason in my brain, you were talking about doing it like kind of like the next day kind of a thing. I like to watch the movies a little closer. Like I don't like to, like you said, you watched Alien and then instantly watched Aliens before we did the review for Alien. I don't like to do that. I like to keep it fresh, but
Yeah,
That
that
is
was
what
the
you're
weird
saying, so I'm
thing
just talking
for
through it.
me when I pre-recorded because I was away. Watching all those movies back to back, I was like, "What the f am I doing?" Like, I'm thinking about all these movies all at the same time. It was whack. It was whack. So I don't know, and I think that's why I liked the second Greenland better than you guys because I watched
You had a bit
21
of a
Jump
break in
Street
between?
first. I actually watched 21 Jump Street first,
Okay.
and I hated it. And so Greenland 2 didn't feel so bad. Not that it was a
Wow.
good
So-
movie by any means, but
We'll put that on the 21 Jump Street poster. It makes Greenland look better.
exactly. But I was just like when I watched the videos, I was like, oh damn, these guys are like opposite of my rating for these two movies. I'm like, why is that? And that's the only thing I could think of. This is just the order I watched them in made one look better than maybe it was, but
Fair
either
enough.
way, neither are great movies to me.
Hard to argue.
Speaking of movies and television stuff, what's good in theaters right now? Like this weekend, because next weekend I'll go see Mortal Kombat 2, but this weekend, what should I go see in theaters right now? Chat, jump in there on this.
I don't know what's in theaters right now
I
other than Mario
recently
Brothers.
saw
and
Mario Galaxy
Yeah?
with my son.
Okay, that's a good one I
The
could go
first-
to, family one.
Yeah,
have you
the
seen
first-
Project Hail Mary yet?
I
I have not.
seen that.
Oh, I need to see that one too.
Yeah,
Okay.
You probably want to see that first if you have a choice.
Sorry, well, I cut you off there. Did you enjoy
no.
Mario?
Okay, so the first Super Mario Bros. Movie was like the first movie my son saw in theaters.
Oh,
So
okay.
like that one was like the movie is like okay, but it
Yeah.
was like that much better because he was like loving it. He was eating his popcorn and having his drink. He was just like, "This is so cool." There's Mario. So the second one we had to go see in theaters because and it was okay. I don't know. It's like more of the same. It feels like the same thing again. I don't know.
Okay.
I think the first
Yeah.
one was better just because it was new and fresh, and this one was just like, okay, it's a sequel.
That's kind of the
Okay.
reviews I've been hearing about it, unfortunately. Is like, there's nothing bad necessarily. It's just kind of, okay.
It's so. There's some good again they play back to video game tie-ins of like, oh, that's funny, but that's how much I laughed.
All right. So yeah, I might go check out Project Hail Mary or take the kids to go see Mario Galaxy. That sounds good.
Nice. What is Hokum? The audience has said it a couple of times. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, what is Hokum? I've been hearing about that.
Brian, are you gonna be streaming it all this weekend? What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm streaming Still Wakes the Deep. It's my horror survival game that I play every Sunday night before the watch party. I try to get that in every single Sunday. I'm loving horror survival games, and Still Wakes the Deep is really good. There's no guns in it. You don't get to shoot anything. You're just trying to sneak your way through, but it's scary, and I enjoy the story. So that's happening. I keep trying to do other stuff, and I just keep, even though I've got some free time, I just never have enough free time to do some streams. So that's really all it is. And then our rating, of course. So if you want to catch me, it'll be on a Sunday, probably. That's the guarantee.
Very nice. Will, what do you got going on tomorrow night for Friends Friday?
Tomorrow's Friends Friday. I'm still not feeling 100%, but I'll probably jump on for a little while. Brian was actually looking at games before we started here, and there's a game called No More Room in Hell 2 that's free to play this weekend, I guess, to get people maybe itching to buy it, but I don't know if anybody will. But I might play that just because it's free if people want to jump in. It looks like it's a multiplayer co-op zombie shoot 'em up type game.
I'll definitely jump in with you, Will, because I'm going to have some free time tomorrow. So I'll definitely jump in on that.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to jump in with that, I think Bubba said he was interested as well. So yeah, we could jump on that. If it's a free game, why not, right? Give it a shot.
Very nice. Very nice.
Dan, you're not invited.
I didn't ask to go. This Saturday, I'm going to be doing either Slay the Spire 2, or they just did a patch update for Fallen Tier, which is a Metroidvania that I've been really enjoying. So probably one of those two, but I do unfortunately have a pretty hard out on Saturday morning. I do have something I have to go to in the afternoon, so that's unfortunate. However, one thing I have not mentioned yet on the podcast here is on Monday, I'm going to be trying to get a Coalition game going again. We did this a while ago where we played headliners or stuff like that. I'm going to be trying to get something like that going again. So if there's enough interest in it, I'd love to get a game of like Among Us out, something that's like cheap, easy. Most people already have it. There's a sign up in the Discord right now. If you go to the community and then gaming section, anybody, streamers, non-streamers, anybody who wants to join, ideally have a mic at least, but you don't have to. Let me know. We'll sign you up. I think that game can play up to 15 people. I'd love to get, at least half a dozen or more. Could be a lot of fun, and I'll probably be doing that like once a month or so, and then Horror Mondays the rest of the time. But that's kind of what's on my game plan right now for Monday night.
And Dan, with those, get everybody playing kind of games, I've got some Jackbox party games, and I know Zero Justice has a
bunch
too. Yeah. And those are great because anybody can play them as long as one of us has it. Everybody doesn't have to buy that. And so if you want to get somebody into that, I'm happy to host, or if you get Zero Justice to do it. Those are some fun party games that lots of people can jump in and just get on your microphone and have a good time with.
Yeah. I have a couple of them, but I've never played them since streaming, so I'd have to like figure that out. But if Zero Justice is interested, he's more than welcome to join or host. Bubba Hotep, you are signed up, although that is the most lazy thing I've ever heard a person say. So, well done. Yeah, you can just head to the Discord and let me know, and we can add you to the list. So far, it is a whopping 2. But if we can get at least
put me on the list, Dan. Put me on the list.
All right, sounds good. Love it.
What date is that?
So this will be Monday, probably around 8 my time.
Like this Monday, the 4th.
This Monday, the 4th. Yeah, the 4th.
Yeah. May the 4th be with you.
Around 8 p.m. I can probably do that. So put me on the list. I'll try and be there.
Sounds good. I just realized I could make this an event, and maybe that would get the word out to more people. I don't want to keep dinging everyone, because there's a lot of people in our Discord at this point, and lots of them don't care about me or what I'm doing. So I don't want to
Oh, it's okay. Everybody, I turn notifications off, so you don't bother me at all.
Great, because I ding you like every week. I was hoping you'd say something. I put like your crying face on the poster for this one. I was like, that'd be funny. No reaction whatsoever.
I was busy when I saw that, though, and so if I'm busy when I see it, it's never going to get touched again, because it'll take the notification off of my phone, and the next time I go in there, I won't go to look at it.
Yeah, you just go to the notifications. Yeah, the next.
Yeah, sure. Bubba Hotep, if you go to community and then it's under gaming, when you say, have you made the channel yet? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I guess like a voice channel. No, I have not, but we've got like 7 of them open, so it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. It's been a very, very long day, and I got an early morning. So thank you again so much for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This has been a ton of fun. I'm really happy that we all came in roughly around the same place on this one. I was a little bit nervous because, like, you guys were talking so highly of this movie. Miss Hillary has been talking about how much she cried through the whole thing, and I'm just like, I was stone-faced, so I don't know how this is going to go. I like that we all, there was no arguing or anything like that, although sometimes that's fun, too. Thank you all so much, everybody. You've been awesome. Let's raid out to, I don't know, someone, and call it a night.
I'm going to be raiding Comrade Red. I don't know. It looks like he's playing Rivals or something, because I'm going to bed myself. So
he's always playing Rivals.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Always a fun time here, reviewing movies, laughing at the movies, laughing at ourselves, and just having a good time reading what chat is doing.
Yeah, 100%. Again, even if we don't say what you're saying on, like, even if we don't read your comments out loud, we are reading it constantly as the show's going on.
You've all been awesome. All your boob comments. We saw all your boob comments.